Browns go quarterback in round 3, just not the quarterback you thought it would be. Oregon's Dillon Gabriel. So let's learn all about the Oregon quarterback, and then we'll talk about passing on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns draft grades altogether from day 2 of the NFL draft. But first, Gabriel, let's get a little bit of background on him. He's a little bit smaller. I mean, he's not even 6 foot. He's 205 pounds. He's not really what you'd expect from an Andrew Berry type of pick, right? Doesn't have very big hands. He's also old. He's going to turn 25 years old in December. So he's played a lot of college ball. He started off at UCF, you might remember. He played 3 seasons there. He had a brutal season-ending injury early in 2021. Then he goes to Oklahoma, plays 2 years for the Sooners, plays great football for them too as well. Then last year, 1 year up in Eugene. He's first-team All-American, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, 3,800 yards, 37 touchdowns. So, more about him just overall as a player. Just kind of the, cliff notes. 1, he is lefty, so get used to that a little bit. He's got a great understanding of the game, which I'd hope after playing for a long time. But he is not viewed as a very gifted athlete or passer. He doesn't have some really strong cannon of an arm. He's accurate, which, listen, when you play college football for 6 years, I kind of hope that you know what you're doing when it comes to reading defenses. He's got, decent mobility. I'm not going to say he's like a slowpoke or anything like that, right? He can use his legs when he needs to, but I don't know if I'm going to look at him as hey, here's a Lamar Jackson kind of quarterback who can really bring a whole new threat to the offense. Willing to be proven wrong on that part right there, but that's always been my kind of interpretation of Gabriel. So now for some of the negatives. He's not very big. Small hands. So that's tough in Northeast Ohio. When it gets cold, you got to have big hands to grip that football when you play in Cincinnati and Baltimore and Cleveland and Pittsburgh in December and into January. That's going to be a little bit of a red flag for sure. He doesn't have a cannon of an arm, like I said earlier. I don't know if he's really going to translate well to the NFL. I don't think that his style of play is going to come out on Sunday. I believe that he is a quarterback who worked well in a lot of systems he played in. I'm not sure he ever created much on his own when he was freelancing. I just don't think Gabriel is going to be a Sunday starter at the next level. But the Browns wanted a quarterback, obviously. Shedeur Sanders was there, and now it's looking like, as I'm filming this during, the Browns pick and right afterwards the Patriots pick, he might fall out of the first 2 days altogether and be a 4th or 5th round draft pick. So more on Gabriel and then just day 2 grades in general. Really quickly, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. I need your help to do so. So if you haven't yet, scroll on down and click that sub button. Here's what Brugler had to say about this pick. Gabriel looks small in the pocket and has some limitations as a downfield thrower, but he is a rhythm passer with the football instincts and mature intangibles to overcome his physical shortcomings. Has a fighting chance to earn a backup role in the NFL. Yikes. Not super encouraging, to say the least, right there. I think what teams maybe are kind of searching for is, hey, who's the next Brock Purdy? Who's a guy that played a lot of college football, who can get into an NFL huddle, who knows how to run an offense, who isn't trying to play catch up, but just maybe doesn't have the greatest physical traits, doesn't have the strongest arm. But despite that, they are able to win a little bit with their head, right? Put themselves in good positions. And yeah, you may not have a full playbook with Anthony Richardson where he can just air the crap out of the ball, but he's going to make sure that he makes the smart throws and the defense gives it to him. Right now, Gabriel joins a quarterback room that's got Flacco and Kenny Pickett competing for the starting gig. Ignore Watson. He's going to miss all of 2025 with an Achilles injury. I think that if you really wanted a shortened version on Gabriel, he's kind of like a point guard. I think Brugler said it in a really well way that he's going to scan the field. He's going to go through his progressions. He played a lot of football in college, so he knows how to run the offense. And at 94, a lot of things I've just said about him, I feel apply a little bit to Shedeur. And I'd say Sanders has better accuracy, better arm talent, not better legs. But the Browns, here's my kind of theory. If you're wondering, PD, why is no one taking Shador? At this point, it does feel a little bit like it can't just be the talent, right? Because why does Gabriel go before him if it's about talent? I've got a bad theory. It's bad, but it is a theory. I'm going to say that the theory is that coaches are afraid to get Shador Sanders because then Deion Sanders is going to come and coach that team the next year, and they don't want to have someone micromanaging them. So that's my working theory. All right, before we get to the round 2 draft grades, quick shout out to our friends over at Game Time. Game Time has an awesome deal for Browns fans watching right now. If you want to go to a Cavs game, if you want to go to a Guardians game, if you want to go to any other sporting event in the area, check out Game Time right now. Game Time is a great place to get started to save $20 off your first purchase. Plus, you can save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. So back to the Browns and Dillon Gabriel and everything Cleveland did in day 3 of the draft. Let's just recap what they did starting at pick 33. Fast forward to pick 94 as I'm going to suspect the Browns are done with day 2 of the draft. So I'll give you my grades on these selections and just a little bit of a blurb on each guy. So Mason Graham went round 1. We know this. But then at pick 33, the Browns don't go quarterback, which look at how the rest of the board went. Probably a very good decision. They went with UCLA linebacker Carson Schwesinger. I feel like this is a very good, safe, well-rounded pick. Maybe at 33, you want a bit more of a splash guy, and he was a one-year starter for UCLA. I'm not sure if he's going to step into that defense and be a huge playmaker for them, but he's going to hopefully provide some long-term security at the middle linebacker position, given Jordan Hicks is up there in the H column. Devin Bush is just kind of on borrowed time, playing year to year, and JOK's career is very much up in the air at this moment. So I'll give this grade right here, I'm going to give it a solid B, right? There were guys that went after that I would have liked more, but I don't think this is a boo kind of pick. No, it's kind of like Mason Graham. It's maybe not the fun, toy, Christmas toy pick you were looking for, but I think in a few years you'll look back and go, yeah, the Browns maybe just kind of took out their iron and hit down the middle of the fairway. Quinshon Judkins, running back out of Ohio State. I'm going to give this one a B+. I think I would have probably gone with Travion Henderson or Caleb Johnson, but now I'm just nickel and diming them. I'm very happy that Cleveland went with a running back in day 2, specifically in round 2. They could not ignore their need for a back. I didn't want them to feel like, hey, we can find a good guy in round 4. Screw that. Go get your guy early in round 2. Don't try and be the smartest person in the room. I like this pick for Cleveland. I like the positional pick for Cleveland. So Judkins, I'm going to give this selection right here, like I said, a B+. All right, next up, it's Harold Fannin, Bowling Green State tight end. 1,500 yards last year. All of the awards possible for the MAC. I'm going to give it an A-. David Njoku's 29. He's had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years of his career. I like the Fannin pick a ton. He is awesome with the ball in his hands. He's a yards after catch, yards after contact demon. He's going to be a fun player on offense. Huge fan of this selection right here at 67. And then Dillon Gabriel, I'm going to give it a D. I don't think he's going to be an NFL starter. And okay, if you miss on 94, that shouldn't be a sinker. But no, I don't think Dillon Gabriel is going to be the Browns starting quarterback for the next 8 to 10 years. So, sorry, not sorry. I give this one a D. So, let me know, how would you grade all of these selections, A, B, C, D, or F? Hop in the comment section. Don't be a stranger. For all of day 2, I'm going to give the Browns a B+. Right? I think I gave the Browns, which with all the ammunition they had, they didn't go for, big-time receivers and things like that, but I feel like the Browns are doing a good job of just plugging some holes on the roster, right? Kind of just playing it safe at some spots, but just addressing overall roster needs. So B plus for me for the Browns in day 2. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in. We will be, I'm not sure if we'll be live for day 3, but we'll have obviously videos for all the picks the Browns make in day 3. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That way, any picks that come out, we're going to be the first ones to get a breakdown on it for you.